Welcome to the State of Wyoming Subject Matter Minute, where we cover a wide variety of subjects related to State of Wyoming employment. This information is for you and me, the state employee. From hidden benefits to systems and processes, we'll make your job easier by giving you the lowdown, the how-to, and hopefully entertain you a bit along the way. And now, today's Subject Matter Minute.
Hello and welcome to the Subject Matter Minute. I appreciate you all. Hopefully you watched the last episode, which was on pay raises. Well, by now you should know what you got. I'm really hoping that all you fabulous, hardworking state employees were pleasantly surprised by what you got. I came at it with low expectations, which helped, but I actually was pleasantly surprised. All right, so now let's cross our fingers that there are additional funds in the next couple of years, all right, to add to that to get us closer to the midpoint of our pay grades. Kind of a side note, but these high gas prices hurt at the pump, but it could possibly help with that. Certainly puts more money in the coffers anyways. All right, before I get started, I want to give a shout out to a couple state employees that I met at Brewfest at Jubilee Days in Laramie. All right, hello to Lisa of DFS and Tasha of Game and Fish. You guys are a hoot. My wife and I had a great time drinking with you and cracking ourselves up. Am I right? All right, let's get down to business. We've all heard the expression, the Great Resignation, right? And you might even be sick of the expression by now, but it seems there are a ton of people who are getting out of the game. And while right now, due to the stock market or the condition of the stock market, it might not be the best time, if you are ready and thinking about it, WRS has a pre-retirement checklist to help you get there. And I'm very envious of you. All right, before I hit that checklist, I want to hit a couple items that are the same both for folks that are retiring and folks that are just moving on to another employer. Now, of course, we hope that doesn't happen, but of course it's going to. And first of all, whether you are retiring or just moving on, know that HR is going to be in touch. Okay, not only because there's probably some things you need to return, right, but because they want to hear from you. Okay, most will conduct what's referred to as an exit interview. Okay, now this is your chance to be honest with HR about why you are leaving. Regardless, along with the exit interview, there are a couple items in the personnel rules and the compensation policy that pertain to retiring. Chapter 11 of the personnel rules, which covers separation, goes over notification procedure, rescinding notification, and failure to notify. First of all, when you decide that you're leaving the state or retiring, you need to provide written notification to your supervisor specifying the date and time of your resignation, of course, right? Of course, you want to do this as far ahead as possible, all right? In fact, the rules mention that if you do it with less than 2 weeks without good reason, you will not separate in good standing. Of course, this only matters if you're planning on going back to the state, but still it's kind of rude to not give at least 2 weeks. So give as much time as you can. And if you change your mind about the resignation date that you set, you can change that with the approval of the agency head. All right. So if you're getting cold feet or the stock market, bombs even more, you can push it back. Now, the compensation policy goes over how you will be paid for any leave that you have accumulated when you retire. So first of all, you will be paid for all of your annual leave at your current rate, okay? Sick leave, you'll be paid 50% of what you have, but it maxes out at 480 hours. So even if you have an ungodly amount of sick leave, you're still only gonna get a max of 480 hours, okay? Now, longevity is an interesting one. First of all, you'll get longevity pay for the month that you set your retirement date for, no matter how many days you work that month. So if you work 2 days, you get your longevity pay for that month. Okay. Second, you may also get what's referred to as longevity payout. Okay. This combines your annual and sick leave payout and applies that number of hours as if they were hours worked. Okay. So if your annual and sick leave balances add up to a month or several months worth of time, you'll get longevity pay for those months. Also, you will get paid for any comp time you have remaining. Okay. Exempt employees will get paid for any unused paid time off. And finally, if you have any other type of leave accrued, use it before you leave or retire. Okay, you'll lose it. So like wellness, personal, or admin leave, use it before you go. And here's a fun little tidbit. Okay, if you get paid out for your annual and sick leave and then decide that you can't stand retirement and get rehired within 31 days of your retirement, you will have to pay all that money back. So don't do that. Okay, so that covers the personnel rules and compensation part of retiring. Now let's hit this checklist that WRS puts out. It's approximately 8 things to do before you reach your retirement date. All right, so first of all, at 6 to 8 months from retiring, you need to request an estimate of your pension benefits. You can do that on the website or you can give them a call. Now, if you are planning to retire on the earliest date for unreduced retirement benefits, then WRS says you need to contact a benefits specialist for a final verification of the Rule of 85 date within 3 months prior to terminating your job, just to make sure you got the date right. Okay? You can find your earliest date for unreduced benefits at the bottom of page 1 of your statement. Next, if you're planning on keeping your state insurance, health and dental through EGI, contact EGI 3 months out from retiring. You should also consider Social Security and Medicare. If you are eligible for Social Security and want to start receiving the benefits when you retire, apply approximately 3 months before. Okay, you can do that at ssa.gov, Social Security Administration.gov, or contact your local Social Security office to do it. Okay? If you are Medicare age eligible and wish to apply for Medicare, you can do that at the same website, ssa.gov. Now there's another option for your annual and sick leave accruals. You can defer them into your 457 deferred compensation plan. If you decide to do this after careful consideration, a completed final deferral authorization of accrued leave payouts form must be submitted to WRS a month before your final working day. Okay, the form's on the WRS website. Speaking of the 457 deferred comp plan, you should be thinking about this as well. Everyone should have at least a little bit in there because they matched $20, right? Okay, well, first of all, you don't have to do anything with it right away. Okay, but if you do want to start withdrawing funds, go ahead and contact WRS about that. And so you know, you will be required to start taking distributions from your 457 the calendar year that you turn 72. And finally, 2 to 3 weeks before retiring, you can submit your pension application. Okay? Please make sure that your termination date is submitted and set before you do this. You can submit your pension application by logging into your pension account or by printing off the pension application from the website. If you're getting close to retirement, first of all, I envy you so much. But secondly, there are a ton of things to consider, right? Hopefully this gives you an idea of the state-related things that you need to think about. I'm glad to see you're paying attention. Actually, WRS's list, the number 2 is just explaining how to do number 1, so I didn't count it. That list is in the show notes. You can check it out down below. But no matter what, I would definitely get on the phone with WRS to make sure that all the boxes are checked. All right, thanks for watching. Keep enjoying this fabulous summer, and I'll see you next time.
You have been watching the Subject Matter Minute with Matt Nagy. Please help us out by subscribing. And join us next month when we'll cover another topic of interest for all state of Wyoming employees. Again, thank you for joining us on the Subject Matter Minute.